In this video here on Survive and Thrive, we're going to be talking about Algorand, ALGO. And if you haven't seen already, definitely take a look at my price prediction for this year for Algorand. I will put a suggested link here in the video for you to be able to access that. There's been a lot of great news and upcoming momentum for this coin and cryptocurrency project, and I see a big upswing that's building and will provide a very big catalyst for the price point for this coin. Last week there was an announcement. Crypto Miami scores 25 million win for Algorand. Atlanta-based Borderless Capital is investing 25 million in Miami blockchain startups that use an emerging alternative cryptocurrency platform called Algorand to help local companies build platforms for payments and capital markets leveraging blockchain technology. It's great to see that there's more and more companies getting behind blockchain technology and specifically Algorand. As you'll see with my coverage in this video, there's just so much positive news and use cases developing for Algorand, and this is going to be what helps this crypto project really take off. I've covered this in a few other videos, and energy consumption has been a very big discussion as of late. Many of you have probably seen the tweets from Elon Musk with his love-hate relationship with Bitcoin due to the fact for how much energy is required to mine Bitcoin. And as you can see here, it's a very big difference in terms of the amount of energy and consumption that's required to produce a coin. And the reason why is because Algorand is built on a proof-of-stake consensus model, where each of the validators are actually the ones that are holding or staking the coin. We know that Ethereum has made their transition to 2.0, which has changed their model from a proof-of-work to a proof-of-stake validation process as well. So that will help with Ethereum reducing their energy consumption. But there's been no news or discussions of Bitcoin making any updates to keep up with the times. What's more, Algorand's developers claim the platform will actually become even more energy efficient over time. If they're right, they'll be able to deliver the transparency and security that blockchain promises at an environmental cost that's less than 1% of Bitcoin. That's a very big deal, especially with the government having such a big focus on green technology, being environmentally friendly, and having so many green initiatives being focused on and launched. So what does this mean for Miami? It means that Miami Mayor Francis Suarez's efforts to cement Miami as a cryptocurrency leader are starting to really pay off with dividends. With the support of Algorand, Circle, and other top local partners, they're building an ecosystem in line with their vision for Miami. The mayor says, "I am so excited to work with Borderless.Miami to make Miami the epicenter for digital capital markets in our pursuit of becoming the capital of capital." Miami rose to prominence in the cryptocurrency space back in February, when Suarez passed a resolution to allow city residents to pay fees and fines in Bitcoin, and even enabled employees who opted in to receive their salaries in Bitcoin. That really just goes to show how big of a believer Suarez is in blockchain technology and the digital crypto space. And he firmly believes that when and if Amazon and or Apple adopts Bitcoin as a payment structure, the dam will essentially break, because at that point you're talking about a very high volume of transactions being able to use Bitcoin. It's part of a larger play, if you will, to position Miami as one of the most tech-forward cities in the country. So I think as more and more cities and states start to see the positive that is coming out of blockchain, there will be more support and more groups, companies, and entities wanting to get involved. So this is really going to ramp up and hyperscale the growth for not only Algorand but other cryptos. And so if you're really thinking about getting involved in this space, the time really is now. And Coinbase is a very great user-friendly exchange. I will put a link in the description below. And for every $100 of Bitcoin that you buy, you get $10 free, as well as I do. And so it's a great way for you to show your support, as well as put a percentage of your portfolio into an investment that's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Jumping over to this other article, Exodus issues security token on Algorand, expanding access to the growing digital security ecosystem. As it notes here, leaders in digital securities converge to create simple models for security tokenization, enabling users to participate in the digital economy. Exodus, a company focused on making cryptocurrency easy and accessible for everyone, today announced that its digital common stock tokens that each represent one share of its Class A common stock, EXIT, EXIT ticker symbol, will use the Algorand blockchain as their native blockchain. Algorand is a leading blockchain company accelerating the convergence of decentralized and traditional finance, and has been selected by Exodus for its ability to provide a secure and user-friendly platform required for the EXIT token. Exodus's release of the EXIT tokens on Algorand is being completed in partnership with Securitize, an SEC-registered transfer agent and the first end-to-end digital platform utilizing blockchain technology for transfer agent services. So there's really a lot of legitimacy to what is happening here. As you can see, Exodus is a company that is focused on accessibility to cryptocurrency and really bringing in more and more retail investors, as well as the institutional side. And then you've got Securitize, who's a middleman between Algorand and Exodus, who's become the transfer agent, but they also are SEC registered. And so I think that, like I said, as you start to see more of this become prominent and accessible and user-friendly, that you're going to see more and more investors, you're going to see more upscale of what this crypto project has to offer, and you're going to see this hyperscale growth that you're going to want to jump on now. I think that Algorand's around just over $1.07, $1.15 per coin. And I really do think by the end of the year, we're looking at $10, if not more. As it states here, as retail investors increasingly engage directly with markets, new models, such as the one that Exodus, Securitize, and Algorand have executed, these are set to become the norm as they represent a simple entry point for retail investors to secure, manage, and exchange their digital assets. With the additional functionality that Exodus provides, the ability to seamlessly participate in the Algorand economy becomes more approachable as the exchange and management of assets are all possible through a simplified and secure experience. And that's really what people are looking for, something that's easy to access, something that they feel comfortable with and they know is secure, and that they can protect their assets and be able to manage them. Exodus is an entry point to access and manage assets on Algorand, empowering individuals and institutions alike by providing access to unique opportunities that were previously only available in fragmented experiences. Exodus is ecstatic to partner with the Algorand team since its tech provides a rich layer 1 with many exciting use cases to power next-generation decentralized applications for our customers, said JP Richardson, co-founder and CEO of Exodus. Even better, the team built a modern marvel in Layer 1 scalability. Exodus has built-in support from Securitize, potentially making it easy to launch digital assets directly to the 1.6 million Exodus users. What a big number. 1.6 million users. And to think with that type of exposure and direct connection to Algorand, I really think that we're going to see a lot of investors jumping in and getting support behind this crypto project. Algorand will leverage Exodus as a preferred provider, opening the floodgates for users to not only access the 130 plus crypto assets supported by the Exodus wallet, but also easily enter into the thriving digital economy on Algorand. And this is something I really do stand behind. I think that as there is more mainstream exposure, yes, it's really going to open the floodgates, and we are going to see this project and coin valuation really take off. And just a quick summary on Exodus. Founded in 2015, Exodus is a multi-asset software wallet that removes the geek requirement and keeps design a priority to make cryptocurrency and digital assets easy for everyone. Available for desktop and mobile, Exodus allows users to secure, manage, and exchange crypto assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and more across an industry-leading 10,000 plus asset pairs from a beautiful, easy-to-use wallet. The non-custodial functionality is encrypted locally on users' own devices, ensuring privacy, security, and complete control over their wealth. Exodus is on a mission to empower half the world to exit the traditional finance system by 2030. They've got great vision. They've already got a strong client base. And I think that, as they've stated, 2030 is a realistic goal. I just read this article this morning. Mapay to implement blockchain-based solutions on Algorand to reduce healthcare costs in Bermuda. Mapay's healthcare payment solutions built on Algorand's blockchain network has the capacity to transform Bermuda's healthcare system and move 800 million in traditional healthcare payments to the blockchain. This is yet another giant catalyst, and a number like 800 million, to be able to convert that from the current healthcare payment process to blockchain is very big. And if you were able to do this in other states, countries, and healthcare systems, it would just be a very giant move for Algorand and for companies to really take advantage of a new process that will save millions. Mapay, a global healthcare technology firm with a focus on decentralized payment networks, today announced it will introduce its own stablecoin on Algorand to improve the efficiency of the healthcare system, starting in Bermuda. So as it states, Mapay is a global healthcare technology, and this is just a start, with them trying this out in Bermuda. With key healthcare partnerships in the US and beyond, Mapay will use Algorand's blockchain as the backbone for its forthcoming advancements in the healthcare sector. So just even within this one healthcare system alone with Mapay, you're going to see that Algorand's going to be able to touch not just Bermuda, but other locations, and I think it's going to happen very quickly. Traditional healthcare payments are slow, cumbersome, and riddled with unnecessary expenses. And I think that for anybody who's been involved with having to pay a healthcare bill, and with all the new changes to how it's covered from an insurance standpoint, how payments are taken care of for what the patient owes, it can get very muddy very quickly and be frustrating for people who just want to pay off their healthcare bill and make sure that it's right. By leveraging an advanced blockchain, Mapay is creating efficiency across key players in the system, including insurance companies, government health providers, and banks, by eliminating intermediaries that have hindered the settlement process and driven up expenses for all involved parties. In addition to providing an open public infrastructure, Algorand's technology is a high-performing Layer 1 that enables immediate transaction finality, security required in the healthcare space, and advanced smart contracts that expand future potential. Through this collaboration, Mapay will provide Bermuda with a countrywide deployment plan to lower transaction costs of healthcare encounters through Mapay network, which will run on Algorand. Mapay will also implement a patient-driven data exchange aimed at providing medical interoperability, population health management, and better overall outcomes. So they're really focusing in on the efficiencies that can be gained by using this technology in Algorand. And I think that once they are able to really work out the kinks with what they can do here in Bermuda, that there's going to be a lot more use cases and many more companies who are going to want to jump in and get involved. Our relationship with Algorand is a global game changer in healthcare commerce and data exchange, said Mapay CEO Michael Dersham, also known as Dersh. Not only is our tech in alignment, but just as important, if not more so, our collective management vision and passion is spot on. If we can reduce global healthcare transaction costs by even 10%, that would free up nearly $1 trillion, Dersh said at the Global Catalyst Health Innovation Forum in March of 2021. You start to see numbers like this, and that really is what firms up my strong conviction for Algorand. That would go a long way to providing vaccines in developing geographic regions, access to care in urban health deserts, and orphan drug research. Not a bad day after all. So what I really like about what I'm reading here is that I always talk about in my videos that money is a resource. And so when you start to think that if I can save money by creating some efficiencies in the payment process, then you can start putting that money towards where it really counts. Like it states here, being able to provide vaccines in developing geographic regions and really opening up how money or this resource is used. About Mapay. Mapay is a global healthcare fintech company, as I mentioned before, and they're deploying distributed ledger technology to power smart contracts transacting secure medical solutions. The company has developed a hybrid architecture of both centralized and decentralized protocols for multi-party medical payments and HIPAA-compliant data exchange. And that's a big, huge, important part of people's personal medical history. And I know that that's been part of a controversy that's come up here recently with vaccination cards and what's happening with the current global impacts. Mapay is working in association with hospital networks, practice management systems, drug companies, insurance payers, and government entities. The company is committed to empowering patients and healthcare providers by leveraging blockchain technology to improve and align incentives, reduce costs, and bring increased transparency and data exchange. The company believes in permissible open source system collaboration and solution sets that are economically and socially impactful. So a lot of great things happening with this company. And when you see them partner up with a very strong technology like Algorand, you can see that there's a great future ahead and a lot of things that are going to develop very quickly. I wanted to end this video by going over this last article. Forget Dogecoin smart contracts. This proof of stake green coin is better. And I'm not going to focus so much on the smart contract aspect, but I did find at the end of this article a very interesting piece. And so I'll scroll down and we can cover that here very quickly. And it's this concept of dApps, or decentralized apps, bigger, better, and already here. That said, dApps are software applications built on the blockchain. This can be any application, a video media application like YouTube, a driver-rider app like Uber, and a music stream app like Spotify. The central link is that these apps are coded on the blockchain, and therefore there is no central authority that runs the app and makes money from the app, either via subscription sales or digital ads. By removing that central authority, dApps create a new generation of truly free software applications. Oftentimes, these dApps have underlying cryptocurrencies which are used as a form of in-app currency in the dApps, or incentive token for the app developers and blockchain participants. The appreciating value for these cryptos represent the economic value of the dApp, i.e. instead of the app makers making money from digital ad sales, they make money by owning the dApp's cryptocurrency, which rises in value as more folks use the dApp. So it's a very different paradigm shift and way of thinking when it comes to how apps make money. But I really like this thought in terms of you having ownership as part of that dApp, because obviously if it's a dApp that you really like using and you stand behind, then you're going to want to be invested in it. And so you're going to see those ones that become more successful are obviously the ones that have more users and more investors who are really standing behind that particular dApp. And as this author states, he firmly believes that dApps will disrupt everything. The future YouTube will be a dApp, the future Uber will be a dApp, as well as the future Spotify. Most, if not all, apps in the future will be dApps. And as he states, there are a few cryptos that he likes in this space right now. One that's currently on his radar is Algorand, which, as we all know, is a pure proof-of-stake blockchain designed by Silvio Macaulay. Creating a pure platform for dApps isn't a simple matter. Blockchain networks must have a high measure of scalability, security, and decentralization. There aren't too many platforms that can claim to have all three, but Algorand makes an enviable case. Algorand's protocol is made up of two layers, one layer for running smart contracts capable of atomic swaps or lightning-fast peer-to-peer crypto trading, and a second layer for running smart contracts that can power dApps. What's more, its platform is much more environmentally friendly, like I've touched on earlier, because they use the pure proof of stake model, not the least of which include much lower fees and transaction confirmation times. The company also claims that it is carbon neutral, generating just 2/millionths of the CO2 produced by its competitors, which will be, in my mind, a huge sticking point now that there's such a focus on energy efficiency and how cryptocurrencies are produced or mined. And so I see this as yet another opportunity or upward momentum for Algorand. Like I said, I see a lot of this latest news coming out, as well as what I've previously covered in other videos, which I'll link to as a suggestion here within the video. But please do your own due diligence and research and come to the same realization and understanding on those crypto projects or other investment opportunities out there, so that you can really know how these companies or crypto projects are going to be a good investment vehicle for you. If you found value in this video and you'd like to follow me as far as upcoming content for other topics that I'm covering videos everywhere from free financial education, strategies to help you build your way on your path to financial freedom, companies and stocks for investment opportunities out there that I have typically holdings in or have done some research on, as well as talk about maybe some stocks that aren't as viable. And then obviously the cryptocurrency space and where I see the best investments that can be made. And we can really help each other out to make some real money and help get the most out of our resource, which is money. There's only so much time that you can make money, and the quicker you can scale it and grow it and create yourself a nest egg or safety net, the better off you'll be. So smash that like button and make sure that you follow me here by turning on the bell so that you can be a subscriber within the Survive and Thrive family. And don't just survive, thrive!